Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, everyone. My name is Julia Rose. I'm a psychic medium and Reiki master, and I pray these messages find you at the precise time you need them. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for everyone else to find. So, I am going to be doing some light language and Reiki to start, as I always do. Then, we're going to get into the message. So I pray everyone pops in exactly when they're meant to. Hello, Isabel. How are you? Lune, I've been thinking about you. How are you? Spirit said Palo Santo today. As you can tell, I am on the road. So I am not in my usual setup. So 'tis all well. Happy to be traveling. Okay, thank you, Spirit. They said specifically the Palo Santo is going to be best for everyone today. So I'm going to go ahead and share this with you all. If you're open to receiving, we're tapping in with 717, okay? We're tapping in with 717. Oh, I am. I absolutely am. Girl, Spirit's just showing me you are eating. Like, they're like, eat. Just, girl, eat. I love it for you. 717, if you are open to receiving this energy activation, I offer this Palo Santo sacred medicine to my spirit guides, my angels, and ancestors of the holy light to source, the divine source of everything. I will light it again, Spirit, sure, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Mary Penny, hello. I was going to do this live. I actually tried 3 different days to do this live, but Spirit said we had to change up the timing because the folks who needed to hear this live weren't actually going to be able to be here live. So I'm going to go ahead and offer this to your spirit teams, your angels, your ancestors of the holy light, as well as your higher selves, and to each and every one of you. And I'm going to also ask that the archangels, especially Michael and Raphael, and Metatron, who are going to be guiding me. Jophiel specifically is going to be guiding me with this message today. They're all going to be helping. But okay, wait, maybe I can get this chair up a little. Oh my God, that's so much better. Okay, please bring everyone here who's meant to hear this message. And I'm so grateful to my friend Drita for this selenite wand. You guys might remember on a live stream recently that I was talking about a selenite wand or some sort of crystal wand, like to intunate myself while I'm channeling. And I have this massive selenite wand, but I was like, something a little bit smaller would be better. And here is this beautiful, gorgeous gift. Again, tuning in with 717 if you're open to receiving this energy activation. And they're like, Mookite. Okay. Kiana, welcome. I don't know if I've seen you on a live, but I'm happy you're here. Welcome to our soul tribe. Deirdre, welcome. Okay, not sure if any of you guys on Patreon had a chance to see that Patreon message today. Spirit had me watch that back like twice over. I was like, whoa, so much with the solar plexus energy activation. So we're going to be getting into that a little bit more. But that's also why we have the Mookite here for your activations today. A nice brilliant yellow. Some of you might feel like this is intense pressure, intense energy. It is a lot of energy channeling through. So just take some deep breaths and do your best to ease the tension in your body, okay? Nevaeh, hello. few more minutes here with this energy activation. There's a lot coming through. Again, if you're just dropping in, if you're open to receiving this energy activation, we're tapping in with 717, angel number 717. Okay. Yeah, just another minute and a half or so. And we'll be talking about sensitivity today. Ari, welcome in. Justin, what's good? Loving the blue in the contrast with the lightning's gold. That's right on par. Norman, welcome in. Sean, welcome. Gang is showing up tonight. I love it. Everyone's here. And I know there's going to be some more folks coming in. I'm excited. You always find me when you're meant to, and you always find my messages when you need them. Never a moment before. Wow. Maybe you felt that lift. Okay, that feels good. All right. I know, I had a feeling I was going to be needing more water, but we're just going to have to bear with it for this next hour or so, folks. We're just going to have to wait it out. Yes, this energy is like, it feels so good. And I have to tell you, like, a lot of you are going through so much, like, contrast. I mean, one of the biggest words coming through in these messages for you today is contrast, okay? We're talking about your sensitivity improving and increasing. And I know some of you, you're out here like, oh, Julia, seriously? I'm getting more sensitive. Do you know how sensitive I already am to everything? Yes, honey, I do. Yes, I do. And I'm telling you, this is a different sensitivity, okay? It's been happening in layers. And I'm going to pull some cards shortly, but it's been happening in layers, this unfolding of your psychic awareness. Part of the time, that first happens before you are able to really activate your psychic gifts in your discernment of receiving messages from the other side. First, you have to be able to discern the situations you're in clearly. Okay, so that's kind of what I'm talking about in contrast. You're seeing the contrast in the foods that you're eating versus the way your body might normally respond to them. You're seeing the contrasts in the way people respond to how you show up. Like some people you might feel more confident around, some people you might feel more quiet around, some people something in between. But this is also has a lot of a relationship focus here. Okay, I feel like Spirit's telling me that you've been going through a lot of communication breakthroughs. Okay, whether this has been kind of in line with where my messages have been tracking, it's been Rose, welcome. Whether it's been tracking in terms of like the boundaries that you've been setting, you've been walking away from certain situations, you've been calling your power back from certain situations. Some of you have been coming closer to others. You've been opening up and being more vulnerable. Maybe you're finding this kind of contrast in your life with different connections that you have. There's a really, really deep relationship focus here, okay? Especially as it comes to your sensitivity. It feels like Spirit has been working really hard to lift masks off of folks around you, but also kind of veils that prevent you from seeing yourself clearly, seeing your gifts clearly, the way you really are, who you really are. Again, Spirit keeps bringing me back to this emphasis on solar plexus healing. You're going through so much activation in your personal power because you're starting to get annoyed. Like, I'm saying annoyed, but some of you are getting mad. Like, you're getting frustrated. You're starting to see, I'm getting frustrated. And of course, I do it in my silly little way here, but it's becoming more undeniable. You can't avoid this energy anymore. Where you might have been able to bite your tongue around certain things in the past, you're just really like, nope. That's my wall. You hit it. That's my wall. You hit it. You guys are savage. Okay? And it's because of this increased sensitivity that you're finding in your ability to discern what's happening around you. You're actually able to receive more on the psychic plane from your guides. They're not different. I think there's a really deep misconception on the spiritual awakening journey that it's always about seeing on the other side. It's always about getting information from passed over loved ones. It's always getting direct downloads from ascended masters and from your spirit guides, from source, from whoever. What you're really what spirit's trying to have you draw in your bridges, they're trying to have you see that you can't have one without the other, okay? You can't have access to everything that exists beyond this material plane and not also have a certain sensitivity to what's happening around you. And most often, wherever your first activation was, you have to go back and forth between material psychism and spiritual psychism. I know that there isn't really a good language for this because this is the first time that Spirit is really giving me this download to articulate for you. But specifically, like the ability to see and understand the material plane, as opposed to raising your consciousness and receiving information from everything that is beyond here. And I just say beyond in the sense that it's not physically right in front of you, but you're starting to see that you can't have one without the other. Spirit's been trying to show you, you can have all of this information that you have access to, but if you're not able to work with it right in front of you directly in your actions, it's not going to be helpful. So this is where a lot of people who are just getting started up on the path get tripped up because they're like, well, I want to be hearing this. I want to be connecting with my ancestors. I want to be connecting with my loved ones. But the instincts that y'all are having to take actions to make yourself safer, to take action to get out of toxic situations, when you're getting those instincts and not acting on them, that's also spirit working through you and trying to help you move along into new situations and new circumstances. That is their direct messaging to you. It's not going to be, they sent me a ladybug, they sent me a butterfly, but maybe you're seeing those things. It's as much about how you act on the 3D realm as it is what you are perceiving beyond your physical senses. You cannot have one without the other. And I don't know, maybe I'm the first one to articulate it like this for you, but in my experience, in the way that I've interacted with other psychics, the way that spirit has made me evolve on my journey, you can't have one without the other. You go crazy. You go crazy. Okay? So if you're connected with people where you're seeing that this dual attention is not being balanced, then that's something to notice. So again, we're coming back to the relationship messages here. Okay? It's time that you start trusting yourself. It's time that you start trusting your instincts, because your solar plexus healing is all about the messages that you are receiving to take action directly in your life that's going to improve your stability, to improve your confidence, to improve your connections, to improve your financial stability, to improve your household situations, whatever it is that you are getting messages for. You're at this point where spirit's trying to highlight, again, this contrast between, well, what's everything happening beyond and what's literally right in front of you. The more you start to pay attention to both equally, the more you recognize that actually They're not separate. They're not separate. But spirit has to kind of shake these things into extremes so that you can really discern, oh, well, it's easy for me to listen to that insight, but it's really hard for me to act on this thing. Why is that? Why is that? And that's something to be curious about, because that's showing you where there is a belief that you're holding that doesn't actually resonate with the future you're calling in. And instead, to recognize that something is out of balance is something to celebrate. But no one tells you that, do they? Because when you start to recognize that things are out of balance, you're actually starting to recognize that you have the ability, the control is in your hands to turn things around. It is something to honor, celebrate, and recognize when you realize that you are living in a pattern or a loop that doesn't resonate with you anymore. That means that you've gone through enough of the lessons and the learning that you can see it now, because Spirit's ready to help you graduate and move on. All right? Living in an earthly body as a highly sensitive person is hard. I will never try to tell you that it's an easy thing. I will never try to tell you that it's going to be love and light. It's going to be the most amazing thing and the most easiest thing that ever happened to you. It will make things easier, absolutely. But life is still lifing. Life is still lifing. But the difference is, as a sensitive person, you have greater discernment. You have a greater radar or I want to say attunator. That's like a really specific word coming through again. Attunator. Um, that's giving you the ability to see, okay, well, this is something I'm really excited about. This is something that's really, really exciting me. I'm ready. I'm ready to take action in the direction that feels freeing. This is your measurement now. Spirit needs you to have this measurement of what feels free to me. What feels like it's standing in my power. If I were to say this, would that make me feel like I'm standing in my power or I'm barking like a mad chihuahua? Okay? Does this make me feel like I'm standing in my power to feed myself these kinds of foods, to have these kind of habits? Or does this make me feel like I am constantly draining my own energy out of fear? These are hard questions. Spirit's having me tell it to you straight. You know how it is on the live streams. I always say what I say. I don't know if any of you saw my Instagram story post earlier today. I was cracking up, and it was so funny. I was like, it said, "Sorry for what I said when I was being honest," and I just laughed because I feel like you guys feel that. I just laughed because I feel like you guys understand. Because when you're empathic, you get to a point where you're like, okay, I'm gonna be nice. I'm just gonna see if this changes. I'm just gonna be nice. I'm gonna see if it changes. And then it gets to a point where it's like they really think that I'm just dumb. Like these people must just think I'm stupid. Okay. Little do they know. Lindsay, hey, little do they know. You're seeing clearly. You're just choosing not to do anything. You can only choose not to do something for so long before you get resentful. Okay? So if you're starting to feel frustrated, like, I'm done, I need something new, you have to also know that the time that you realize you have a new choice to make, you already know the decision that's going to put you on your next timeline. You don't have the realization of needing to break free without having the ability to see the path forward. That's not coming from anywhere outside of you. Nowhere outside of you. Okay? Mhm. So it was brought to my attention a few days ago when I tried to do this live stream the first night. I've been trying to do this since Tuesday, you guys. I've been trying to see you since Tuesday. Okay. I was told that you needed to be reminded about overstimulation as a sensitive person. Yeah, right? It's a little secret, but spirit has you in those places and those times to be support, right, Lune? As for the people that are needing support but that can't see their own way out yet. So, spirit, bring that back. So, yes, it was brought to my attention again that we needed to talk about stimulation, overstimulation. Okay. For most people, this might just be, I'm feeling overwhelmed. But for you, it's like every single sound, every single light fixture, the clutter, the dust, the cars like 30 meters away, even like the temperature of the air hitting the fabric on your skin, hitting your skin. All of it is just like grating at your senses, okay? What do you do when you are feeling overstimulated? For a lot of you sensitive folks, you're breaking out of addictions where you could have stepped into a place where numbness was the only thing that you experienced. Okay. As you're starting to re regulate your ability to be present, you're needing to also create more intentions. I'm seeing even rituals that help you stay grounded and clear when you are feeling overstimulated. Some of you might be familiar with this language, some of you might not. So that intense feeling of overwhelm, like your heart starts palpitating and you're about to like fly out of your body or pass out, or you need to just run, like that's a huge urge. You just have to run away, or like some of you might even scratch. I'm seeing like itching, trying to like get yourself back into your body, pushing the energy off. You need to have some kind of like some way in your mind's eye. I know I keep going like this today because you guys are like up in your head so much, but also spirit's showing me that by clearing your solar plexus and activating it so much, you're actually rewiring so many neural pathways. And that's really cool. So again, with this increased sensitivity, you're starting to see that your psychism is becoming more active. So it's important to remember, especially when you're feeling overstimulated, that it wasn't just something, it was like it was a mountain building, and then the level of stimulation went one notch higher, and that's where your overstimulation started. Okay. So as you start to incorporate more grounding and regulation into your day to day routine, it's going to naturally be easier for your nervous system to hold more stimulation. But what do you do when you are feeling overwhelmed? Well, what do I do? I don't like to tell you things that I haven't tried. Okay. So the first thing I do is um, eliminate any unnecessary sound. If I'm in a really crowded place, I try to step outside, get fresh air. Sometimes it's easier for me to dress in layers. So that way, if I'm getting um, like hot flashes because of the overstimulation, which yes, totally happens. I know you know. Um, then wearing layers can really help to break that down. Also, I find sometimes that like if I can get literally putting my hands on the ground, like crouching down and putting my hands on the ground, or even just sitting on the floor can even just regulate so much. If you are at home or you have somewhere that you have a change of clothes, putting on something looser, baggier, a bit more soft and forgiving, like flexible flexible clothes, that's all I'm hearing. Something that isn't really tight, or not skin tight, but also not kind of binding. Yes, Mary Penny says trees. Spending time with the trees, leaning on a tree, hugging a tree, holding a tree. The trees are wonderful. The trees are wonderful. Also, I find that it's often my experience that overstimulation is more possible when eating is not regulated. And for those of you who are just coming back to your bodies and relearning how to nurture and nourish your bodies after addiction, that's something that's really hard to regulate, is your appetite. So kind of having the mindset that you need to kind of be aware that you should be snacking every few hours, even if you're not having big meals, but just having something in your stomach to digest actually has a very, very grounding effect on you. Okay. So if you don't have food nearby, or you're really hungry and you're overwhelmed trying to cook, that's a really common example too, because you guys get lost in your head, you get carried away, it's hard to come back. Go for a tall glass of cool water, ice water, cool water, whatever. Something to just fill your stomach and bring your body temperature down. Okay. That's going to help you come back to your body and feel less overstimulated. But then you might have to talk yourself through, okay, well, it didn't just start right now. This is overwhelming me. This is. And then as you start to talk about all these things and acknowledge it, call it out, literally call it out, literally call it up and out of your body. That's how you release the control of these things. Okay? This is why mindfulness is so important. I could just feel some of you taking a nice deep breath there with me when I said that. That was nice. So, again, just keeping in mind, like, yeah, you're a sensitive person. So the things that are going to regulate you and keep you balanced are going to be unique to you. And you don't have to explain that to people. Okay? Glad it's resonating, Justin. So, as you are starting to come back to your body, that's also helping you greatly, yes, in terms of your discernment and ability to understand what energy is coming from outside of you. Okay? A lot of my recent videos have been talking about projections in relationships, in connections, where you're starting to become more aware of the truth of people's intentions. This might have been a gift you always had, but oftentimes when you are relearning your own identity, it's very hard for you to act on the things that you know and stand on the things that you know when you're still figuring out who you are. Especially if you've just gone through really massive life changes, whether you just got sober, you just moved, or just got out of a relationship, any of these kinds of things, the death of a loved one, all of these things are really, really massive life changes. Okay. So when you are learning who you are again, you're learning how to exist in the world again. It's a little bit harder at times to close the, I want to say, processing gap that most sensitives have. The processing gap of I'm witnessing all of these things, but I can't articulate it, but something's not right, but I can't act on it because you can't articulate it. That kind of thing, you know? So we come back to your grounding and your processing, taking the time for you to see and spell out for yourself. Some of you might benefit from journaling, having a little journal and notebook that you carry with you to say, okay, it's this, it's that, it's this, it's that. Just letting the energy leave, letting the energy move out of you. It has to go. Exactly, Luna. It takes time. It takes time. So where a lot of you are starting, again, that's why the emphasis is so strong on the solar plexus activations for you all, because that's helping you bridge all of your heightened vision, all of your heightened intuition into something that you can actually stand on and communicate, something you can voice. For those of you who are like, oh, I wish I would have done this sooner. I wish I would have known. I wish I could have said this. I wish I could be like this with this person, or I wish I would have done that differently. Please, please honor your process. Brendan, welcome. Please honor your process, because your timing is unique. If you really couldn't, and I tell clients this all the time, if you really couldn't say something then, it's because you had still more to learn, or it's because there was more on the soul contract that needed to play out. Both of those things are out of your conscious control in this particular moment, that you're beating yourself up and berating yourself for not being able to do something that wasn't something you could do. Like, this energy is just making me exhausted. You guys are tired. Some of you are exhausted. And just know also that if you do set a boundary, when you do set a boundary and go through these changes, all of the energy that was mustered up to be able to do that naturally is going to need a little bit of recovery time from you, because that took a lot. That burst you into a brand new paradigm, a brand new reality, a brand new identity. You made it. You could be seeing 369, you could be seeing 1122, 1212, 717, 144, 1010, and 333. Okay? Yeah, Ari, your guides were like, get up. Get up. I know, do you guys like my cackle? I think it's cute. So I'm going to pull some cards from... I can't. I make myself laugh too. I can't do anything. I can't do anything seriously, you guys. Okay. The Spirit Animal Oracle. Ah! Oh my god. Can you guys please stay hydrated? Please stay hydrated. Because this energy has me parched. Ooh. Burn, baby, burn. Thank you. Thank you. Bam. Thanks, Lisa. I appreciate that. Hello, Spiritual Awakening Scorpio. Alrighty. So, you're getting more sensitive, but you're starting to bridge. Oh my god, Spirit, you make everything make the most sense. Come on. So, I'm feeling like about a month and a half ago, a lot of my messages were about gearing up for this new reality where it was like you're learning how to be human. You're learning how to be in this world but not of it without sacrificing your connection to both heavenly and earthly realms. Okay? And now we're talking about merging them through your psychic awareness and your sensitivity. Oh dang. You graduated. Healing is growth, my friend. Healing is growth. And growth is healing. How do you want to clarify this, Spirit? My bestest bestie. How do you want to clarify this? Yep, a lot of you are going through really intense third eye and crown activations. But that also looks like clearing dark spells, whether that's this life or past life. That's not for everyone, but for those of you who know that's for you, you know that's for you. If you feel like you are under the influence of some spell work, book a clearing. You heard that? Book a clearing with me, okay? I'm going to tell you straight up, that's not everyone. Sometimes people don't know the things that they're getting, that they're creating. People don't know what they're creating. Not everyone believes in that stuff, and they could still be responsible for it, okay? Because they don't know the power of their own thoughts. That's really the scariest thing. But yours truly, I, Julie Rose, have extensive experience clearing and banishing demons, monitoring spirits, as well as blood magic, black magic, entity curses, really, you name it. Possession, you name it. If you feel like you need a detox in that regard, go ahead and book that with me. The link's in the description box below, all right? Spirit wouldn't just have those 2 confirmations over there for you for nothing. For some of you that have been feeling stuck and trapped and not sure why, that might be the answer. Spiritual warfare. I'm not one of the readers that likes to give a lot of voice to this, but this is something that I deal with a lot, okay? And I know that you deal with a lot. And if Spirit needs me to start moving in that direction, then I will start moving in that direction with my messages. But until that point, just know that I'm here, I see you, I see it all, and I can help you, okay? So I have one card that came out here. And I feel like I'm going to read it from the deck for you, but I want to see if there's anything else that'll follow it up. You could be seeing 1111, I think I said. You could also be seeing, we had 3535 on my timer. That's significant. Is there another message that wants to come through here? I'm not going to take those. Oh my gosh, do I need a different deck? What's going on? There's something more that you need to hear. What else do you need to hear? Okay. Okay, they're just saying this is the card. So I'm going to read it from the deck book as well, but I'm going to see what Spirit just wants to like stream of consciousness channel through me right now. We have the Lizard Spirit with number 38. Dream the world into being. LOL. Yep. So the Lizard Spirit says dream. Okay. So I was hearing that I did need to talk more about that because I had a direct download. I heard something exactly when you guys saw that, which was that people don't understand the power of their negativity, okay? Even if they're not sitting there and literally like working with different herbs and sitting there and like creating a whole little like thing, a whole little ritual to do dark magic, even if they're not consciously doing that, people don't understand the power of their own thoughts to be able to project realities like this, okay? People don't understand the power of their own negativity. And so for the people that are really out here spewing a lot of that, but are like, oh, but everything's love and light, those are the people that you got to be careful of because they don't understand the kinds of things that they're allowing into their space. Okay? That especially goes for people that do spiritual work. Ooh. Especially. Okay? Maybe I can't say it's an accident. I don't wholly believe in accidents. I believe in coincidences. It's not about whether you're religious or not. It has nothing to do with that. It has absolutely nothing to do with that. Negativity is universal, unfortunately. Negativity does not discriminate. Actually, it is literally discrimination. But in that sense, it's like no one's immune from it. It's not like only religious people can't cast spells or only religious people can cast these kinds of spells. It's none of that. It's none of that. It is none of that. Your words are so powerful. And that's what the Lizard Spirit is trying to say. Your words hold so much power. The people that don't recognize that don't understand the power of the damage that they're creating. Those are the folks that are spewing a lot of negativity that don't take themselves seriously. Yeah. The Holy Grails don't stop. Be so cautious and so particular about the way that you speak towards yourself. You have to be so careful. You have to be so careful. And that's also what you're going through this whole spiritual awakening for right now, this massive increase in your sensitivity. You have to be so careful and so intentional. That's really what people mean by that. Don't focus on the negative. Don't focus on the momentum of negativity in your past, trying to push you in certain directions forward. Because those timelines from old versions of yourself, unless you have consciously cut them off and completely dismantled them, which takes a lot of conscious intention and action and help from your guides. If you are not consciously putting intention and thought, conscious care, I want to say conscious care into everything you're doing now, into everything that you're saying about yourself now and about your future, all of the momentum of negativity in your past is ushering you forward relentlessly. Energy in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by an opposing force. Every time you're doing Reiki on yourself, every time you're meditating, every time you're grounding, every time you're calling out in prayer to the divine, to your spirit team, to your angels, you're creating a new momentum and also directly working to redirect all of the crap from your past. Okay? So, again, you need to be so intentional, so honest with yourself about what it is you want, how it is you want to feel. And it's only the past ideas you've had of yourself that tell you, it's not really practical to feel happy all the time. It's not really practical to want to feel good all the time. It's not really practical to think that I could have unconditional love and support in a friend. It's not completely crazy. It's not completely crazy. Some of you guys are like, some of you guys are like, But what if? What if? I'm going to read this card now. Yeah, I know. Hi, bestie. Okay. Lizard Spirit, dream the world into being. Oracle message number 38. When was the last time you basked in the sun and allowed yourself to daydream, to imagine what might be and who you might become? Lizard Spirit appears when you are called to let your imagination flow and dream something new. Inspiration is available to you now if you're willing to slow down and let your eyes close a little, allowing the ideas to dance in your head. What might come into being if you were to pursue your dream? How might you grow and expand if you allowed yourself to dare to believe in the impossible, making it possible first in your dreaming mind and then in the world as you co-create with spirit? Give in to the power of imagination, and soon your dream will become clearer, and the steps will reveal themselves, and what was ephemeral will begin to coalesce into form. Dream it and be it. Spirit asks you to dare to dream big. And you know what? If you're on Patreon and if you saw that message earlier today, you already know how on point this is. And if you watched the video that I discussed over on Patreon to go watch that I did a few months ago, then you already know this is like quadruple, quintupling, freaking magnifying this message like crazy. Okay? And I have to tell you, because you have to go look for that. There was the YouTube video was actually giving you a journaling prompt, and it is exactly this. It is literally exactly this. I'm telling you, I cannot make this up. I cannot make this up. I couldn't even if I tried in my wildest dreams. Do you think 5 years ago when I started reading tarot cards and started becoming aware of psychism that I was like, oh, I'm going to be a YouTuber. I'm going to be a channeler on YouTube? No. I had no freaking idea. I had no idea. I had no idea. But I love it more than anything. And I love here being with you on live streams more than anything. Okay? I'm literally here for you. I do this for you. Lisa dropped the link for the Patreon if you want to join me over there. It's $11.11 a month. And I also started making the posts available one by one in case you find that there's one that you resonate with. It's free to see everything that I'm posting, but the content is exclusive. So please just be aware that there are different messages going up over there, okay? Sometimes complimentary, sometimes independent, okay? As well as channeled messages and energy healings. So we're going to get into the protection message now. Oh my gosh, this energy has me like crazy, 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 crazy. Protection message. Have you been allowing your imagination to run amok and dream up a nightmare that seems to have come true? Fear not. For whatever dreaming you did in the past can change today as you dream anew. Wake up from the perception that everything is wrong. Lizard Spirit asks you to open your eyes and consciously dream a better dream. Literally, what were the words that I was saying right before I read this? Be so conscious, be so careful, be so intentional about what it is you actually want, because your thoughts have power, even if you don't believe that. But imagine how powerful you'd be if you actually believed that. What would it look like to already have what you desire and be the one you wish to be? How might it feel to work towards co-creating this new dream as a reality in the world of senses, drawing it out of the world of dreams and building it into the world of form? Trust in your ability to dream anew. Honor it today. And how crazy that I was talking to about, Krishna, bring that back. Well, wait, no. Come back. You come back here. You come back here. ADHD brain. I can't even speak. ADHD brain channeling. There's so much energy moving through me. I can't even speak. I was talking about the contrasting of your psychism being active here to help you discern 3D as much as it is to help you receive from 5D and beyond. That's literally the art of taking your intuition and enacting it on the 3D level through your action, through the solar plexus healing. This message could not be more full circle. They're just driving it home. 4747. I can't even believe that. I just saw that on the timer. That's my number. If you ever see that, if you're part of our soul tribe here and you ever see the number 47 or 407, that's me. Hi. It's me saying hello. Hi. Checking in on you. Also may have a message for you. Come say hi. Okay, that's me, 47. So, I'm going to see if there's one more. Oh my God. Spirit, got me heating up over here. Oh! Do you want me to say that here? Okay. Yeah. Oh my. Okay, for some of you who have dabbled or are dabbling or wanting to like undo reverse things, you have to be so careful. Do not get in the karmic loop of the back and forth tossing. Well, I send it back. Give it to God. Please, Lord, give it to God. Give it to source. Give it to your guides. I don't care who you give it to, but be someone that rises above. Okay? Honestly, you should just book that with me if you want reversal or protection magic done over you, undoing of black magic or blood magic. If you want that done, you really should just book that with me, because this stuff is serious, okay? It is serious. But I digress. 55, the snake spirit says it's time to heal. Oracle message: all of us need healing at times, and when snake spirit appears, it is time to repair, renew, and replenish yourself and your vulnerable heart. Self-care and maintenance work are needed so that your vitality can arise. Give yourself the space to nourish your own well-being. There was like so much more that needs to come out of that sentence. Give yourself the space to nourish your own well-being and decompress as you need. Vulnerability is necessary for friendships and partnerships to work, which means all of us will have tender emotions at times. Be gentle with yourselves and others now. Shed the past and step into a new way of being, for vitality is rising in you. This might be a good time to honor the work you have done to heal and grow and repair any damage within you, within those you care about, and within your community. Celebrate together how far all of you have come in your healing journey and all that you've created. Unburden yourself of anything that no longer supports wellness, prosperity, positive relationships, and well-being, and open the door for healing to occur. Yes, we are, Mary Penny, the year of the snake. Protection message. And of course, it's a 9-year, astrological 9-year, with all planets in retrograde. I need you to sit here and just like feel that for a second, okay? All planets in 2025 will have been in retrograde at least once. Every single one. Protection message. Okay, I'm going to keep going. No matter how much you may have lost or how you've been disappointed, you are called by Snake Spirit to shed the past and practice radical self-acceptance now. Only by forgiving yourself can you move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. I'm going to say that again for everyone in the back. Only by forgiving yourself can you move on, regardless of whether anyone else is ready for healing. When your tender new skin first becomes exposed, you may feel uncomfortable. Love yourself and remain vulnerable anyway. You've been weak, but now you are becoming strong and developing wisdom, and you will do better in the future. Snake Spirit reminds you that hearts can be so easily wounded. Apologies and amends go a long way, unless they don't. Self-forgiveness for your role in what happened can help you heal. Remember, it is the one who has been wounded who often has the greatest power to help others heal. I'm just hearing my yoga teacher say, well, how do you say it? How does she say it? Well, I'm going to amend it to what I'm hearing, which is love with your full heart, but take no ish. Love with your full heart, but take no ish. Okay? I feel like that's all I have for you. Is there anything else? I said one more. One more. One more. That's like 7 more. You said 1. You're so welcome, Lune. Okay, I guess you guys got 2. You guys got 2 more. Ah! Need I say more? Need I say more? Set healthy boundaries. Didn't I just say love with your whole heart, but take no ish? That's what that is. That's what that is. The armadillo spirit says set healthy boundaries. Number 3, you could be seeing 333, like I said before. Oh, my heart. Oh, you guys. Yeah, I know. Number 57. The squirrel spirit says, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Oh, my heart. Oh, Norman. Norman, God bless you. Thank you for your blessing. I appreciate you. Thank you. May this energy of this reading be realized tenfold in your life. Believe in yourself. Well, just know that Norman's blessing you all, okay? Because that helps me get candles for my Saturday morning live streams. That helps me get decks for you all, to get smudge sticks and all of these things. It just goes straight back into this channel, okay? So thank you for blessing our collective, Norman. Yeah, my heart wants to break right now, because I feel like you've been in this energy of wanting things to happen a certain way for so long, and you just haven't, which is why you had that message. Okay. You just haven't really believed that you deserved to feel good. You haven't believed that your voice could be heard. You haven't believed that you right now, right here in this moment, here with me, are enough. You are enough. You right now are perfectly enough for everything that you want. And of course, you might not be there yet. That doesn't matter. But if you're enough now to start taking action towards those things, you're enough to receive them. You are enough. You are enough. And some of you didn't feel like you would be accepted if you did have boundaries, if you did say no to people, if you did take time out for yourself, if you did move towns, cities, countries, whatever, if you did go through a breakup, if you did cut out a friend of your life, if you did whatever it is that you actually know you need to do, that's going to make you feel better. Some of you didn't think you deserved to even do that. That you were worth your own action. That you were worth your own medicine. You are worth your own medicine. You are worth your own healing. You are worth your own love. Ah, you're worth it. I just can't. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Really. Yeah, and you're like, well, you're just some girl on the internet. Well, and you're just some person watching the internet. What does that have to do with anything? You are who you are. I am who I am. We do what we do. You're enough. This is my service. This is my calling. Run after yours. Maybe it's similar. Maybe it's something completely different. If it makes you happy, that's what counts. You deserve that. Does it have to be more complicated? Let the people committed to misunderstand you over there. They can get in line, take a number. Let them take a number. You deserve it all. This validation of your solar plexus healing occurring. Don't make me start yelling at you guys again. All right. You're going through intense throat chakra activations, intense third eye activations. A lot of purging also through your physical body. As you start to stand up for yourself, as you start to step up into where you're headed, your body is going to physically react to that. Some of you, appetite changes, digestion changes, new sleeping patterns. That's normal. Allow yourself the time to adjust. Honor yourself. Hold space for yourself. That's why you practice meditating, to practice holding space for yourself. To practice being the clear-minded observer of your own reality so that you can help walk yourself through everything you need to do. It's a practice. It's a practice. I think Spirit wants me to leave it there. It feels like there's a little bit more to say, though. It feels almost a little unresolved. There's a little more here. I don't know if there's another card. It might be a different deck. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly, Lune. You guys are all the type of people that everyone comes to you for advice. You always know how to say the right things at the right time. If you could do that for others, how is it possible that you couldn't do that for yourself? The unconscious collective belief is that you can't. But is that true? No. That's not true at all. All right? You all have the ability to be your own validation. We talk about that in other messages here. You are the most important source of your own validation. You're allowed to be excited about things, and you're allowed to be excited about the fact that you're excited about things. You're allowed to be passionate, and you're allowed to chase your passion. If other people can't align their intention with their desire and their actions like that, that's a them thing. You had to learn your own way in your own time. Take other people's desires out of the equation. I'm just seeing that card. Literally, I'm seeing that card in my oracle deck. Take everyone else's desires out of the equation. Your solar plexus, your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra are all I, me, mine. Okay? I, me, mine. From solar plexus down. I, me, mine. It's only once we get to the heart chakra is it we. So when you're healing the solar plexus, that's all about you, honey. That's all about you. And it's allowed to be all about you. Okay? Say what you need to say. Do what you need to do. Honor yourself. Believe in yourself. Okay, they want me to read that. And then, okay, is that why I feel like it's a little unresolved? Which one first? Oh my, well, which one first? The other card, and I opened right to it. Come on. Armadillo Spirit, healthy boundaries. Set up. Oracle message. Learning to set healthy boundaries is the gift of Armadillo Spirit. You are entering a phase where, in order for you to be in alignment with your intentions and co create your best life, come on, you may have to be discerning and say no to many things that may have been okay for you in the past. You're allowed to, oh my gosh, Spirit, that was so savage. I'm not saying that. You're allowed to evolve out of those old timelines. This also means that you need to learn where you end and others begin. What's yours to own and what is not. Knowing your limits, or know your limits, know your limits, know your limits, know your limits, and understand. And weren't we talking about your intense sensitivity? Okay, with the overstimulation, know your limits. And understand that it's an empowering choice to say no to what doesn't feel right. It's a practice, and every time you do it, the better you get, the better you feel. The better you get at setting that boundary. Okay, there we go. Armadillo Spirit is here to tell you it's time to be honest with yourself about what you really want. Be clear on what you are agreeing to. Declare what your needs are and say no as a full sentence. No period. These are acts of respect and kindness to others as well as to yourself. It's not mean. I know a lot of you are like, well, but it's mean to be so direct. It's mean to be so unforgiving. It's mean to say no. No, it's not. No, it's not. Do non-sensitive folks have as much trouble with this as you? No. They can say no and not feel guilty. This is what I want. This is what I want. This is it. This is it. This is all it takes. This is all I tolerate. They have no issue. But because you're sensitive and you can feel how that makes you feel unwelcome or whatever it is, you don't want others to feel that way. But don't forget, they're not as sensitive as you. Okay? Trust your body's signals and you will know what to do. I think it was Mary Penny that said about listening to the body. Exactly. Armadillo Spirit guides you in making good decisions that are grounded in a strong sense of what belongs to you and what does not. And my other messages have been about understanding the projections of what is yours and what is not. I can't make this a protection message. This is a tricky time as you may find yourself enmeshed with others. I cannot. Overly concerned with how they will take it if you say no or express how you really feel. Do you feel anxious saying no to someone? So you capitulate knowing the outcome will not be in your best interest? Do you feel like it's your job to stop someone from facing their challenges? Instead, you might take on their responsibilities, rescuing them, instead of giving them the freedom to learn their lessons their way. Perhaps you feel that if they only knew how much you cared, they would change and then all will be well. Armadillo Spirit asks you to be honest with yourself and others, no matter how difficult that may be or how much you may fear losing someone or something. You will be amazed at the miracles that happen when you let Armadillo Spirit protect you, confirmation, from taking on too much, becoming a people pleaser, and losing your integrity. Another message of protection from Armadillo Spirit is to relax, live, and let live. If you or someone else is being defensive, you are called to step back and trust in Spirit's plan. And then this last card, I'm just going to drop it here and then I'm going to go because I'm at the end of my energetic limit. But you need to hear this. Okay. I love you all so much. Number 57 says, Squirrel Spirit, believe in yourself. Oracle message. You have accumulated wisdom and experience and are surrounded by all you need. An abundance of resources is available to you through the generosity of spirit and all your hard work. Squirrel spirit shows up when you need reminding that the acorns you have gathered and stowed away have enormous potential to grow. So relax into knowing there is always enough and you have what it takes to co create the reality you want to experience. Through diligent preparation, you have gained wisdom and strength. How much potential you have. Believe in yourself, for spirit believes in you and wants you to know you have enough and are enough. Doesn't that truth make you feel safe and secure? It should, for you have everything you need right now. Protection message. The unpredictability of life can shake your confidence in yourself and your potential for handling the challenges that come your way. Does the thought of not having enough or being enough make you squirrely? Have you forgotten all your strengths, wisdom, and resources? You have come so far on your wits and creativity, making use of all your potential and all that Spirit presents you to help you through life's trying times. Wow, why was that sentence so hard to say? It's time to look back on your life and remember how your needs have always been met for the highest good, even in your most challenging times. My gosh. Yeah, that's really funny. Hold on, I need to say that again. You've come so far on your wits and creativity, making use of all your potential and all that Spirit presents to you to help you through life's trying times. Mhm. Life loves you. Life loves you. And so many treasures are hidden in plain sight, ready to be revealed when you most need them. So relax. Squirrel Spirit wants you to know you are poised and ready for whatever is coming next. So trust in yourself and trust that Spirit has your back. Spirit has your back. So do I. Okay. I love you all dearly. I love you so much. All right, fam. And I will see you again soon. I've got a few readings that I'm doing tomorrow. Then I might pop another video up on Patreon, and then I will see you on Saturday for a Saturday morning live. Be aware that the time for that might be a little bit earlier than normal. So just in case you regularly come out to that, I'm going to be scheduling that after I hop off here. So just keep in mind that you'll be seeing me again very soon. All right. I love you all so much, and I will see you in the next one. Take care. All my links are in the description box below if you want to check it out. If you're new here, welcome. Welcome to our soul tribe. And I will see you in the next one. Take care, fam.